Alright, that is the full body workout done. Alright, but like I say here in this channel, alright, when things don't feel right, they ain't right. You know what I mean? So be aware of how you feel, you know. Be aware with how you feel with with everything in your life. You know, if you're feeling something, you know, and it doesn't feel right, you know, get out of there. You know, if you're around people and it doesn't feel right, you know, get out of there. If you're talking to people, it doesn't feel right, get out of there. If someone messages you, get a text from them, it doesn't feel right, go with your feeling. Your feeling is right, you know. So go with the feeling of it. It's what it is. So that's what I'm saying. Your surroundings and your environment, is crucial. Who you're hanging around, what you're doing, you know. Be around the right energy. Be around people that are similar to you. Because that's what's gonna uplift you. That's what's gonna, you know, make you feel good about interacting with, other people. You want to be around someone or people that you can, you can bounce off each other. You can contribute to each other. You know, if you're around people and it doesn't feel right, and you leave feeling maybe not as good as you felt before the interaction, then it ain't right. Go with your feeling of it. So that's just what I wanted to say anyway. This is why a lot of the time, like I've been saying on the channel for the last couple of days, I've just been doing my own thing. You know what I mean? Because in my own energy, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm taking care of myself, I'm getting out in the sun, I'm doing the things that make me happy. So, and if I do, right, if I do choose to interact with someone, well, I don't even know about the word choose to interact, because I don't want to force things. You know what I'm saying? Me these days in 2024, with where I'm at in my life, with my life experience, I don't want to force nothing. You know what I mean? I don't want to force anything at all. If it's meant for me, it will come to me. It will be around me and it will feel right. I don't force anything with anyone. That's just not the way I work. That ain't how I operate. That ain't how I work. It's just not how I operate. So yeah, everyone has their own, way of doing things, put it that way. But if you're trying to find, you know, someone or something to make you happy, it ain't gonna work like that. You got to get to a point where you're happy yourself. You got to get to a point where you're so good within yourself and what you're doing and doing the things that make you happy, that the people just come into your life because of the way you are, because of how happy you are, because of what you're doing. It's got nothing to do. Anyway, I won't get too far into that, but yeah, that's all I've got to say about that is, only surround yourself with people and interact with people that are for you. Don't be hanging around and interacting with people that aren't for you, because it's not going to get you anywhere. You're not going to get any benefit from it. If anything, it'll do the opposite. So I just want to say that. Well, I just felt like saying that anyway after leaving the current situation. Because I could just feel. I always just feel things and take it for what it is. Just go with my feeling on it. So that's that. Headed home anyway right now. There's a few midges out. There's still a few people at the park. I'm not that peckish, but I don't want to be eaten by midges. Because there's midges out at the moment. But in saying that, those swings over there caught my eye. Caught my eye. I haven't been on the swing in a while, so I'll have a wander over there and see what's cracking. I'll have a wander, you know, go for a squiz. You know, because I like trying to stay out. Not I like trying to stay out. I like being out as much as possible till this sun goes down. You know, that's what I say here on this channel. Get up when the sun comes up, and then when the sun goes down, get outside and try. You know, let your body feel the sun going down for the sunset. You know, get your body in that circadian rhythm. You know, because that circadian rhythm that's going on, you know, is going to get you in the right sleeping pattern. So, you know, if any of you guys on the channel, guys, girls, you know, males, females on the channel that are following or subscribed, you know, or maybe you're just new to the channel, if you're trying to get your sleeping pattern down packed, nature is the way. Nature is the way to get your sleeping pattern down packed. When the sun gets up in the morning, when the sun's up, get up, get out of bed and go for a walk and get some sun in your skin. That is the way it's meant to be done. That's the first thing you should be doing. As soon as the sun comes up, you should be getting outside and going for a walk. You know, drinking some water, get outside, going for a walk. You know, whatever you want to do, but definitely that should be the first thing on the menu, is going for a walk. You know, all right. And you know, when the sun's going down, you know, can try to do the same. Try to get that sun on your skin as the sun's going down, because that is what's going to help you sleep better. But also, not just that, like I was telling my housemate before, that, you know, it matters about the lights. You know, the lights in your house. You've got to turn the white lights off in your house, you know, because they're going to keep you up. The white lights in your house replicate the sun, you know, so you got to get the warm lights in there, because the warm light, if you get a warm colored light bulb in your house instead of the white colored light bulb, the warm colored light bulb, you know, will help your body release melatonin, you know, which will help you go to sleep. So that's another thing you can do with the whole sleeping pattern thing. And there's kids on these swings right now, but I was going to get on the swing and go for a swing, but there's a couple of them on there at this point, you know. And I don't know about the energy over here either. You know, depending where I'm at. But I thought I'd come over for a walk anyway, but I'm gonna head back, I reckon. I'm gonna head back and do my thing. You know, stick in my own energy, where it feels right. You know, I thought I'd come for a walk, but I went over there and, you know, go with your feeling. That's all I say. Go with your feeling on things. You know, and that's the same thing with what I do. You know, with in regards to anything I'm tuning into. I don't really tune into much these days. The only thing I basically tune into sometimes, you know, I'm on YouTube checking things that I need to kind of have a look at. You know, but even that, you know, I'll say I'm selective with where I put my energy. You know, and that's a crucial thing to do. You know, that is the most crucial thing to do, actually. You know, is being selective where you put your energy, time, your attention, and your energy. Because, you know, if you're selective with it, you know, it's more beneficial to you. You know, that's why if you figure out, you know, what you're trying to do, you know, what makes you happy and things like that, then you can put your energy towards that. You know, but if you don't know that, then, you know, you might just find yourself, you know, going here, going there, scrolling here, scrolling there, looking here, looking there, you know what I mean? And, you know, I can speak from experience because I've been there before, you know. So that's why for me, health, fitness, happiness, taking care of what I'm eating, what I'm doing, leads me in the right direction. Because that's what I'm about. That's what I've been about my whole life. It's just what I've been about, training and making myself feel good. At the end of the day, like I always say on the channel, that's what it's all about. That's what everything is about in this world that we live in. The only reason anyone does anything at all is to feel good. Not just to feel good, but to feel better about the current situation they're in. Like I said yesterday, like I'll keep saying, you just do things, okay, to make yourself feel better. People get into relationships to make themselves feel better. People buy cars to make themselves feel better. You know what I'm saying? People buy new things to make themselves feel better. People get, anything that anyone does in this whole world we live in is just literally feel better. I'm going for a walk right now, because it feels good. I train today because it feels good. You know what I mean? People eat, to feel good. People hang out with other people to feel good. People, anything that we do on this planet is just to feel better. I don't want to even say to feel good, it's to feel better. It is all about feeling good and feeling better, but that's why people do it. It's really to feel better about the current situation they're in. So yeah, do what makes you feel good, do what makes you happy, and definitely get outside in nature. Definitely get some sun. Definitely drink clean, shower in clean water, and see the difference that it makes for your health, for your mind, for your body, for everything in general in your life. So, and then that's it. That is it. The only question is, how am I going to eat this beef mince when I get home? Because it's in the fridge, it's defrosted. You know what I mean? Am I going to just put it in some warm water and eat it? Because that's what I've been thinking about doing. Okay, if any of you guys are new to the channel, it's day 5 on carnivore, right? Clean carnivore, clean meat carnivore, straight from the farm. Nothing unnatural in there. Naturally raised animals. Okay, so I've been trying to just warm the meat up. Cook it minimally, because the less I cook it, the more nutrients I get from the food, the better I feel, the more energy I have. But today, even after cooking the food for the smallest amount of time, my body's really just craving, uncooked meat. So, and I thought about doing that yesterday when I defrosted the mince. My body was just like, just eat this mince raw as it is. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll see when I get home. We'll see if I end up just hacking into that, beef mince. Because warm water cooks it a little bit. And if I do, I'll just have a bite of it and see how my body feels. See how my body reacts to it. So we will see. I will see. You will see. You might not see me eat it unless I choose to put it on me. But we will see. Loads of walking today that I've done. It really feels good to be out walking again. Skating is fun, but my body just feels completely different. When I'm out about, going for walks and moving the body in a more natural way. My posture, gets better. My overall mobility with just my arms, just loosely swinging, just feels more natural, like when we were out in the wild, it was out walking, doing things, and like I've said previously on the channel, that even the workouts that I do here on the channel, the full body workouts that I do, Like if you just look at me, I'm still very loose, you know, after doing a whole body workout. You know, this is why I do them, because I get to get a nice, you know, bit of training, bit of exercise in, but I'm still loose, you know, my limbs are still free, you know, just like a baby, you know, like when you were young, you know, you're very loose, you're very free in your body, you know, and it's the ideal way to go about it, in my opinion, depending on obviously what your goals are. But you know, I just literally do it for health and, you know, health reasons, to stay happy, to stay feeling good, and that's why I train. You know, that's literally it. You know, I train for that exact reason, for mental, physical, emotional reasons. That's the reason I train these days. For nothing else but that, and they all go hand in hand. Like I said earlier today on the channel, you get your body right, you get your mind right, you get your mind right, you get your emotions right. You know, because it's all intertwined. If you get your body right, you can think clearly. You can have clear, straight thoughts. If you get your mind right, all right, then you can think clearly. And then if you can think clearly and say, you know, words that are uplifting, your body is, every time you think a thought or say a word, you know, your body releases chemicals. Sorry, your brain releases chemicals into your body, which creates an emotion. So, you know, body, mind, emotions, all connected. So if you can get that down packed, you know, get your body straight, we'll get your mind straight, we'll get your emotions straight, you know, and that leads back to a feeling, you know, because it's all about feeling better, like I said before. So, yeah, anyway, that's that. I won't keep harping on about that, but that's what it's about. Feeling better. And you know, always after, you know, just a little bit of training like I did before, 5 to 10 minutes worth of training, you know, I just feel overall better, you know. I just feel more like me, you know. But at the same time, you know, I'm not forcing the training either. I'm not pushing myself to any type of, you know, I'm not trying to push the limits with my training anymore, you know. I don't do that no more, you know. I listen to my body, I tune in with my body. And let's say I have 100% energy, yeah. The reason I didn't do as much as I did yesterday when I trained is because I noticed that yesterday after I trained, I pushed myself that little bit further. And when I did push myself that little bit further yesterday, on the walk home, you know, I felt myself dipping in energy halfway through the walk home. So today I said, you know what? I'm not going to push myself that little bit further. I'm just going to touch up the body, you know what I mean? I'm just going to give it a little bit of what it wants, you know? I'm just going to make it feel good. And that's what I did today. I just touched it up, I made it feel good, you know? I didn't push it, and then, you know, afterwards, I've still got energy in the tank. So, you know, if anyone, you know, for you guys out there listening, if you've got 100% in the tank, I recommend, from my personal experience, depending on what your goals are, don't use 100% of what's in the tank, you know? Go and use 50% of what's in the tank, so you've still got another 50% left, you know? So, you know, because you don't, with the training and the exercise, it's not about pushing the limits, you know, unless you obviously have different types of goals and you're trying to, you know, do other things, you know. I don't know your specific goals, but if it's just for health and fitness reasons, just give it a little bit. It's all it needs, you know. It's going to give your body, you know, more time to recover. It's going to give it. It's more self-love than anything, you know. Training a little bit and not pushing it too much, you know. That's something I've had to learn over time, you know, because, you know, me training my whole life and, you know, looking at things and, you know, looking to essentially, you know, following advice from other people, you know, you know, tell you that, you know, you should push yourself to a certain limit, that, you know, you need to get those extra reps in, or, you know, whatever the case may be, or maybe growing up watching, different types of whatever, you know, maybe that got stuck in my mind at some stage in my subconscious mind, but these days, like I said, I do things for health and fitness, and, being a bit easier on your body, all right, is being a bit easier on your mind and your emotions. So, it's more of a self-love thing. Training for 5 minutes to 10 minutes a day is actually self-love, because you're not pushing your body to the absolute limits. That's more gonna, if we're going back to the analogy of the car, that's trying to run the car when there's no gas in the tank, you know, when there's no oil in the tank. You're trying to squeeze out something that's not really in there. And then what do you think is going to happen to a car if you try to run it without oil, or if you try to run it without actual fuel in the car? That's essentially what you're doing to your body when you're pushing yourself to the limit, when you're pushing and you're pushing and you're trying to push past certain limits. That is you that is you running your body, running your own vehicle into the ground, and then you wonder, you wonder why, or I used to wonder why I was, didn't have the energy to do much the next day when I pushed myself that much. Or I'd push myself that much from the training that I'd overeat, or I'd push myself so much from the training that, I'd just be like, not really want to do much else. It was all about training. The whole focus was training. But, once you get off of that thing that, as a male, and as some males, being taught by other males, in quote unquote maybe the health and fitness industry, that you should do that to make gains. I just don't think that's the answer. You got to show your body, show your mind, show yourself to self-love, and just give it a little bit. Give it a little bit here and a little bit there. And you'll still have the energy, and your emotions will be more for you. Whereas when you're pushing your body to the absolute limit, sometimes your emotions aren't for you anymore, and you start having thoughts of, like, oh, I have to, it's an effort to do things now, because you push your body past its actual capacity, because, I don't know if, well, for me personally, that's what that's the sort of stuff I was, listening to. It's not about the body. Your mind can push through all these things, and, train your mind and your body will follow type of thing. That's the sort of things I used to listen to, and that's the sort of things as, you know, you get taught. Well, that was out there in this kind of health and fitness world, but that's not the answer. And I finally realised that. Would have been nice to realise it sooner, but that's fine, because all the experience that I've had have led me up to this point. But for anyone that's watching the channel, male, female, however old you are, just tune in with your body, and listen to it and show it love and give it what it needs, and it will treat you well as well if you treat it well. But if you push it, it will push back. All right, so a little bit from me. I'm home now, so I'm probably gonna head up, or maybe I'll set up a stand here and make a little bit more